When you're comparing health insurance plans, most people end up doing this completely wrong. They look at one plan, understand it, and then move on to the next. And by the end, everything starts to look the same. So in this video, we're going to keep this extremely simple and structured. We'll compare 3 plans side by side across every important feature so you can clearly see what changes, what stays the same, and where each plan actually stands. Hello folks, I'm Shashank. You're watching Ditto Insurance. If at any point in this video you feel confused, you can book a free call to the link in the description and we'll help you compare these plans based on your exact needs. Alright, let's start with the insurer level performance. The detailed metrics like the CSR, ICR, complaints volume, and everything else is listed on your screen for all the 3 different insurers. You can pause and take a look. Now, what matters here is relative positioning. Aditya Birla comes across as a more stable and consistent insurer across metrics. ICICI Lombard is decent and fairly close to industry averages. Niva Bupa, on the other hand, is more aggressive in pricing and features, but also shows higher complaint volume and a lower incurred claims ratio compared to peers, which is something that you should be aware about. Now, moving to the plan conditions and basic structure. All 3 plans offer lifelong renewability, similar entry ages, and both individual and floater options. Policy tenures are also largely aligned, with ICICI and Niva Bupa offering longer tenure options up to 4 and 5 years, while Aditya Birla currently going up to just 3 years. Now let's get into the core comparison, starting with room rent, because this is where most of the out-of-pocket expenses happen. ICICI Elevate comes with a single private room restriction by default, which means if you choose a higher category, proportionate deductions can apply. Niva Bupa also has similar room rent limits, but in lower variants, and only removes them in the higher variants like black. Aditya Birla Activ Max stands out here by having no room rent restriction in its plan, which keeps the claim experience much cleaner. Next, none of the plans come with default mandatory co-payment in their standard versions, which is a good thing. However, Niva Bupa can introduce co-pay depending on the variant or if you opt for certain discounts or network restrictions. ICICI allows voluntary co-pay if you want to reduce premiums. Aditya Birla again keeps things simple with no co-pay unless you explicitly opt for features like preferred provider network discounts, which we don't suggest. Now, disease-wise sublimits. ICICI and Aditya Birla are largely clean here with no major sublimits. Niva Bupa may have some caps in lower variants, especially on modern treatments, which means you need to be careful about which variant you choose. Pre and post hospitalization is fairly similar across the plans. ICICI and Aditya Birla offer 90 and 180 days respectively, while Niva Bupa offers 60 and 180, slight difference but not a deal breaker. Day care, domiciliary care, Ayush treatments, and home health care are covered across all the 3 plans up to full sum insured, so there is no major differentiation on these core benefits. Now let's move on to bonus and restoration, which is where things start to diverge more clearly. ICICI Elevate offers a meager 20% cumulative bonus every year up to 100% of the base sum insured, and this is irrespective of claims, which is decent but not very aggressive. Niva Bupa takes a different approach with its Reassure Forever feature, where every claim gets restored up to base sum insured, effectively giving you a very strong refill structure across the lifetime of the policy. Aditya Birla Activ Max is the most aggressive one in terms of bonus, offering 100% increase every year up to 500% of base sum insured, even if claims are made. So if you look at it side by side, ICICI is conservative, Niva focuses on restoration, whereas Aditya Birla maxes out and gives you the maximum bonus. Waiting periods are standard across all the 3. Around 30 days for initial waiting, 2 years for specific illness, and 3 years for pre-existing diseases. No meaningful differentiation unless you start adding riders. Okay, now heading to the next bit, that is add-ons, because this is where customization really comes in. ICICI Elevate is known to offer the widest set of add-ons here. You can reduce waiting period, add worldwide cover, include consumables through Claim Protector, get OPD through BFIT, and even adjust room through a room rent modifier, which we suggest. Now, it's highly customizable, but you need to actively build your plan. Niva Bupa focuses more on flexibility and lifestyle integration. You get options like well consult for OPD, cashback rewards for claim-free years, global coverage through borderless, and even the ability to cover certain pre-existing conditions from day one, though with loadings. It's feature-heavy, honestly, but also more complex. Aditya Birla takes a slightly different approach. It emphasizes chronic care management, wellness-linked rewards, and structured benefits like health returns and disease management programs. It's less about stacking multiple add-ons and more about integrating health tracking and long-term engagement. Now let's talk about discounts. ICICI offers a mix of multi-year discounts, credit score-based discounts, and network-linked benefits. Niva Bupa offers the most aggressive-looking discounts through wellness programs and activity-based rewards, but many of these are conditional. Aditya Birla keeps it simple with digital discounts and long-term discounts, along with wellness-linked rewards that are easier to track and use. Now coming to the premiums, which is the most important part, it's displayed on your screen. ICICI Elevate is clearly the most economical among the three for similar configurations. Aditya Birla sits in the middle, offering a balance between pricing and features. Niva Bupa pricing varies significantly depending on the variant and the features that you choose, and can go higher specifically if you opt for unlimited coverage or additional benefits. But here's the most important part. Lower premium doesn't always mean better value. ICICI is cheaper partly because of restrictions like room rent. Niva Bupa is expensive because it packs in features more aggressively. Aditya Birla balances both, offering relatively clean features at a mid-range price. Now bring this together. If you're looking for a plan with lowest entry cost and high flexibility through add-ons, ICICI Elevate may work for you, provided you're comfortable customizing it properly. If you want maximum features, flexibility, and options like day one pre-existing coverage and global treatment, Niva Bupa Reassure 3.0 may stand out, but you need to be mindful of complexity and the fact that it is still relatively new. Now, if you want a clean, balanced plan with strong bonus structure, no room rent restrictions, and a more straightforward claim experience, Aditya Birla Activ on Max comes across a very well-rounded option. Now, folks, if you're still unsure which one actually fits your situation, you can book a free call through the link in the description and we'll help you break this down based on your exact requirements. Alright folks, I will see you in the next one. Until then, happy insurance hunting.